Good evening, folks. How is everyone? As always, I hope you're doing well. You know you're my people and I love you. I always want you to be the big three, my friends. I want you healthy, I want you happy, and I want you safe. You know what I want from me? Like, share, remind, click thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe. All that interwebby stuff. Anyway, today we are going to take a look at Stone Tangerine-express Hazy IPA. Sounded interesting, so I grabbed it. A tropical hazy IPA with tangerine and pineapple. Well, sign me up. This creation's uniquely hazy appearance is a credit to the glorious whole tangerine puree in every batch. Using the whole fruit allows us to harness every bit of its natural depth of character, from the juice to the zest and everything in between. That includes those oils too. Okay, that's kind of cool. You don't see that too often. And just the right amount of pineapple. Add just the right amount of pineapple, and this being Stone, a whole lot of hops, and this beer is rounded off in an amazingly hazily, citrusy, tasty paradise of flavors and aroma. The hops are going to be Citra, Centennial, Sterling, Azacca, Mosaic, Simcoe, and Cascade. The flavor notes are juicy, tangerine, pineapple. Alright. So everything they gave us on the back of the can, and I didn't have to break out my extra large eye to go with my other eyes, so I could see what the hell I was doing. Thank you for that, by the way. So, let's crack pour and temp. I don't have any music queued up. I'm in the middle of baking. I got a dough I got to knock down in a couple of minutes. So, let's see what we got going on. Well, that's a pretty beer. She looks a little more orange into ruby for you guys than she does for me. But that head's nice. It's not cascading very well. But she does pack nice and tight at the bottom and loose at the top. We'll take it. What I'm going to do, probably should have saved a little more out of here. Just that. I'm actually going to pour a little off. Squeezy. Alright, we're going to put this inside. We're going to let that warm. It's 56 right now. So I don't think this is going to get up high enough, but inside it's like 78 because I have dough that has to rise. So, be right back. Hold on. Alrighty, we're back. I hit the wrong button, so we're going to have to splice this together. Thank God I have software now. So let's get a temp. Take a look at that SRM, which on my end is definitely in the tangerine zone, although she looked a little darker orange on you guys. I like when people use my thermometer and don't clean it correctly. I'm not sticking a sticky thermometer in my damn beer. Savages, man. Alright, what are we looking at here? Down, down, down. Oh, man. I mean, she's still in the completely acceptable recommended range, but I'm getting 45, 46. Savages. Now, tomorrow when I walk the mutts, my shirt's going to reek of beer. That's okay, because then I'll shower and go to work. Looks like she's going to lace, though. like when they lace for us. You gotta appreciate them lacy ladies, my friends. Let's get that sniffer in there. See what we get from there. We gotta shoot an SRM. What the hell am I thinking? Duh. You know, eventually, after how many years of doing this, you think I might get it right. Maybe, on a good day. Anyway. There we go. She is pretty, man. That is a really, really nice, rich orange up in the bowl. She is, she's darker than lemon in the stem, but still very nice. She's a pretty, pretty beer, my friends. Shall we for shits and giggles? Oh, this would make a nice lava lamp. There you go, super turbo. The nucleated glass, look at the way she's coming up off the bottom. So if anybody ever asks you what nucleated is, it's those little bumps in the bottom of the glass that release little bubbles over time. All right, so that head has come down, but she's still quite nice. Can we get a shot? Well, not the best shot. But she's got that lumpy consistency, sort of cottage cheesy, right? Still, doesn't look bad. Sniffer time. Let's see what she smells like. That's kind of interesting. So I'm pulling pine, but along with the pine, I'm pulling the citrus, and it seems like they're tied together really, really nicely. Pineapple technically is a citrus fruit. That might be right behind that tangerine push, and the pine is also there. So I'm getting a citrusy pine tree, if you will. Just saying. They're all about equally distributed on the nose. So let's slip it a tongue, see what she tastes like. Salud. Okay, so not bad. Nice mouthfeel. The whole tongue is involved. A little bit of the upper intradentals, nothing sublingual, nothing buccal, and no roof of the mouth, so nothing soft palate. She literally rides right down the middle of the mouth. Interesting. You don't see that very often. She's moderately dirty. She's piney on the back end. I didn't get smacked in the face with a 2x4, so she wasn't pine up front. Thank the good Lord, because I don't think pine is an actual beer flavor, but a lot of people do, and whatever works for you, man. Same thing. All tongue, little bit of the intradentals, nothing anywhere else. Right to the back, medium fast. On the front end, she's actually kind of vacant, so I didn't get hit with a tangerine or a pineapple. I just got hit with flavor, but nothing distinctive. As she works her way towards the back, then I pick up the pine. She's not even overly bitter. We gotta let this warm up a little, so let's see what their webpage has to say. Said 45, 46, so we're shooting for 52. Well, there you go. It's a hazy IPA. The ABVs are 6.7. The IBUs are 57. The availability is nationwide. Well, Stone, they're a big-ass company. Tangerine-express, buy it now. About this beer, release date, when to enjoy, drink fresh. Yeah, okay. Tasting notes. Okay, so they gave us tasting notes. Now they've changed the hops up on us. They've gone to Magnum, Centennial, Citrus, Sterling, Mosaic, Simcoe, Cascade, and Azaka. We have Magnum before? No. Now we have Magnum too. Flavor profile, citrusy, fruity, hoppy. Yeah. Palate, crisp, clean, and refreshingly bitter. Well, I haven't been bittered up yet. I was kind of surprised that it says it's, what, 57? Just peck all the information together. Yeah, 57. I wouldn't have pegged her that high. Again, she's cold. That's why we're letting her warm. Special ingredients, tangerine, pineapple, aperients. One day, I will learn to speak English. On that day will probably be the day that I'm not here anymore. The appearance is light golden with a slight haze. In a hazy IPA? Who would have thunk it? The aroma, bright, fresh fruit aromas of pineapple and tangerine combined with citrus and tropical aromas from the hops. Okay, I didn't get those, but that's me. Maybe they got a super sniffer guy. Overall, working with fruit can be amazing, and so using amazing quality fruit is the key to achieving that wonderful freshness. The high-end pureed fruit selected here blends exceptionally well with the aroma and flavors from the hops, creating a multi-layered IPA that also has fresh, hoppy dankiness that superbly rounds out this beer. Well, that's what they were shooting for, and in the approved temperature range, we're not really getting that. That's why I let beer warm up, man. That orange in there, it's a really, really pretty color, and she was kind of dark. We'll give it double ducks. We'll give her a 22. Well, the neighbor's got his dankiness going too. I can smell it coming over the fence. Doesn't smell that bad. Doesn't smell that great though. Yeah. Was a time I was really good at that too. All right, we're gonna pause. We're gonna let the beer warm. We shall return. All right, folks, we're back. I have 52, 53, 54, 55. I have no idea. It's bouncing all over the place. I think it all depends on where you put it. But we're going to go with 54. So, 2 points higher than we want it to be, but I don't have that much temperature control out here. So, let's check the nose, see if she's opened up and given us something new. She's more pine forward now. I would say you're probably looking at 60-40 pine. Still, there's that nice citrusy back end on here. Now that I've kind of stirred it up, she's gone more citrus. And a nice full rich citrus too. We're actually starting to pick up some of the pineapple. So, interesting. You know what that means. She's pretty and she's interesting and she smells good and you don't slip her the tongue. You're a cad, sir. A cad. Totally. Ooh. Completely changed. Whole roof of the mouth, intradental zones, tongue is gone. A lot faster, right to the back, bitters right up. And that's a big shift for 7 degrees, 8 degrees. Dirty. My tongue, which had no involvement in this, is just tingling. The roof of the mouth and the inside of the teeth are coated. And she's gotten fast. I mean, she came right in, went right to the back. There was no fucking around. The express in here is express for a reason. To be fair, all that citrus we got off the nose, gone. We're drinking pine. Piney now. So, I wonder if maybe, we're only at 54. So we went from 46 to 54. I wonder if you want to drink this beer somewhere around 50 degrees. Maybe that's when it just crosses really, really nicely, but I would drink this colder than warmer. We still have the one inside. So I'm going to pause and put a therm in there and see what that one is. And then we'll come out, we'll do that one. And then we'll wrap all this up. All right, back in just a second. Alrighty, so 60. Timed her perfectly. Need to be washed, sir. All right. Let's stick the nose in there, see what's going on. You know, these little taster glasses, I don't know if it's just this style, which you think would work well with IPA because of the bowl, doesn't seem to be giving me much of a nose to work with. Yeah, I don't really get anything out of these. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to find different tasters. I like these, don't get me wrong, but they're only doing half the job. So, let's see what she's going to show us at 60. She's smoothed out and flattened out a little. Still talking whole roof of the mouth. A little bit of the intradentals, not a whole lot. Still fast, going all the way into the back. No big surprise there. The pine has died down. Call him like I see him, man. The pine has died down. It's kind of there on the back end. It's kind of starting to kick up now. But the tropical fruit, gone. That being said, she's actually pretty nice at a 60, especially if you don't mind the pine. This might be a nice out by the fire beer. So ambient air temp in Phoenix at the moment, 50. So if I was sitting outside at the fire pit, I had one of these in my hand. By the time I got to about the middle of the beer, it should be perfect. The pine I don't really care for. That's a personal preference thing. I don't get it, but people like it. If you like pine, go for it. I am not the end-all be-all of anything. So, let us get down to brass tacks. Is she good for the style? Well, she's a hazy, but not a juicy, although they do kind of push the juice angle. We've had better juicies, but she's passable for the style. Is she interesting? She's definitely really, really interesting. That shift from the 40s into the 50s up to 60, really, really interesting. Well crafted, sure. Pretty beer, sure. So, the important questions. Would I drink her again? Yeah. Would I buy her again? Maybe. Try her on tap? I know I've got my Jacques Cousteau hat on, but I am the Neil deGrasse Tyson of beer and cider, apparently. So, it's my scientific duty to tap everything that comes my way, which is also why I'm betching that. handed this to me out of the cooler, sure. No, there's nothing wrong with it. This is a fine beer. I have zero issues with this beer. 4.5. It's a 4.5. It's a solid 4.5. Don't get me wrong. It's only 4.5. It's not a 2. 4.5 is still a respectable number. I just don't like the pine. If you like the pine, you can add another 0.25 or 0.5 to it, and she might be a solid 5 for you. But for me, she's 4.5, and she's not going to make the rotation on a regular basis, but you wouldn't kick her out of bed when I'm eating crackers either. You know how that joke goes if you're old enough. Thanks, come by. Put some eyeballs on here. But people, know I love you. Should be the big 3, my friends. We're healthy, happy, safe, honorable, dutiful, vigilant, gray man, head on a swivel, hot and handy. That comes with its own set of responsibilities, and you are responsible for making sure that you are compliant with all the unconstitutional gun laws in this country. Just saying. All right, I will see you next time. There is no yakety schmackety after this. I have to go punch down my dough and let it rise again, and then put it in the oven. We're making ciabatta bread. Ciabatta bread is actually really good. And since I live in the West, where I can't just use a 4-ingredient wheat, water, yeast, sugar, and raise a loaf of bread that isn't a brick, it's so horrible and dense. West Coast bread is just garbage. The ciabatta is really nice. It's lighter, it's airier, but I need to figure out how to crisp up that crust. That's the one that's hitting me right now. So we're working on it. Otherwise, it's much better. Millie is just like, did you bake bread today? Did you bring bread to work? Can I have the bread that's left over? Jesus Christ. Her old man's going to be mad because she's eating a lot of bread. You know that bread is carb loading. But of course, we also know that beer, basically bread in a bottle. That's why we're working on bread, my friends. I have whatever it was, a megalitherium or something, that big giant thing that ran around, and I don't know what that is. That looks like a dinosaur, maybe like a brontosaurus. I don't know what's going on with his tail sticking up in the air. Maybe he has gas and he's sending out smoke signals. That kind of looks like a roo, a kangaroo that's hopping. That's what we got. I know some of you sick fucks are like, I need to see what he's seeing in the beer. I need to see what's in the lacing. Huh? I'm just terrified that some shrink's going to take a look at those and go, okay. Skull. I bet.